episode 3, Golf is Hard TV. Dave, you ready?
Love it.
Excellent.
Have some fun.
It's been a great week this week. We got started with our website. We got the website up. The blog is cooking with fire. We got people contacted on Twitter. We got twitter.com/golfishard. Follow us. Ask us questions. Email Dave. You'll see the email address on the website. And we're having a good time so far. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, oh, we already have some great questions from Brazil nonetheless.
Brazil, we're going to get to that in a minute. You can see hopefully the lighting is better. Hopefully you can hear us better. We got suggestions on production. We got all sorts of stuff cooking.
Yeah,
so let's jump in. All right, because we got a question, a real good question from Carlos and Julia, like Dave said.
Yes.
In Brazil, and I got to come clean first. So in episode 1, we did that putting thing, right? And I was kind of like, I kind of hammed it up a little bit. That isn't actually my. Not that I'm a good putter, as you know, but it isn't that bad.
So you all thought he was either a really good student or a really bad putter. So a little of both, actually, because for some things we have to kind of over-exaggerate a little bit to make the point. Yeah. So, and it's all in good fun. And, and making sure you learn and we laugh. So
let's jump in. So let's talk about Carlos. Let's talk about Julia and also Golf Girl, because we got a great email from Golf Girl who wants to break. We're going to help Golf Girl break 100 this year. That's our goal with her. So let's jump in.
Well, the timing of Golf Girl's question was great because she wants to break 100, and it was after she watched the first show, and you work from the hole out. So she's going to work on her putting, work on a short game. That alone gets you down to 100 without a doubt. I'm 100% confident in that. So the rest is up to you, Golf Girl. Go do it. Work on your putting. We'll get there. We'll get the chipping and all that stuff. So. From Brazil, our first biggest fans down in Brazil, and our first fans, and hopefully more. But Carlos and Julia, they own a golf course in Brazil. They emailed us a question. They have a lot of beginning golfers, and the question specifically was around how do we teach or improve club head speed, specifically in women, but really it applies to anyone because for any golfer, any beginning golfer, to teach club head speed first starts with a proper grip, and that's timing is perfect. That's what we're here for today. Talking about grip.
Let's jump in. Grip.
Right. All right. So as far as the grip goes, I think the most common error that we all make is we take the golf club and we hold it in the palm of our hands, and it's what that does. It prevents club head speed. It increases tension in the hands, in the arms, in the shoulders, and really the tension. When we're holding it incorrectly in the palms, the tension starts in the hands, goes right up the arms and the shoulders, right into the golf swing. Your whole body is tense because you're gripping it improperly. So, and this is a great example or proof as to why that doesn't work. So I'm going to have an improper grip, and I'm going to ask Mark here to pull this club, to use all of his muscle. There you go. He pulled it right out of my hands. I was squeezing that club pretty hard, so you can see that. In order for me to have held onto that club, if that were a golf swing, I need to squeeze the heck out of it, bottom line. Now, I'm going to put it in the proper position, which basically is in the fingers, and we're going to leave it at that. You have to hold the club in your fingers, and on a scale of 1 to 10, right now you're gripping the club at probably 8 to 10. You got to think about 1 to 2. You got to really get it down there and loosen it up.
It's going to feel like it's going to fall in my hand, isn't it?
Exactly, but I'm going to prove to you why.
Okay. Prove it, Dave.
I'm going to prove to you why right now. Nice light grip in the fingers, not in the palms, in the fingers. I'm going to have Mark try to pull that out now. All right, he still did it, but it was...
It's harder,
It's a slippery grip, but I can guarantee you that you're going to hold the club better and you're going to relieve tension. So that's the number one thing. Let's see your grip, Mark. Grab a club, any club. Okay, now if we can have a little bit of a close-up here on Mark's grip, we'll see that in general it looks pretty good. A couple of things, in addition to keeping it in the fingers, we had a lot of questions about the position of the hands. Do we want to have them over? Do you want to have them this way? Basically, a rule of thumb is have the V's between your thumb and forefinger on each hand, more or less pointing up at your right shoulder. Good enough. Okay, so we have it in the fingers. You have a pretty good position. You can see a couple of knuckles on your left hand if you're a right-handed golfer. You got the V's pointing up to your right shoulder. And in general, both hands want to be in the same position. You don't want to have this hand way over here and this hand here. I mean, if you were to open his hands and you have intersecting hands, your hands basically want to be working together, bottom line.
Good lesson. We're gonna do more on grips.
Yeah, we got grip pressure though, real quick. Grip pressure.
Oh, grip pressure. All right.
Okay, we have a great grip now. Now we have to talk about how to find the right grip pressure. Okay. Right. face me, hold the club straight out to me, just like that. Now, in this position, you can feel some tension in the forearms, I would guess. All right, now bend the wrist, cock the wrist, and hold it straight up.
Yep.
Now I'm guessing you feel a lot less, probably almost no weight in the club.
Yeah,
no pressure. Go right at about 45 degrees. You can feel a little bit of pressure here.
Yep.
Nice light grip. Make some circles with the club, both ways, around the other way. Feel the weight in the club head. That's about the amount of tension, if any, you want to take it into address, and that's it.
That's it, huh?
Perfect.
Is it going to feel? So I'll ask you my question now. So is it going to feel like when I kind of get to the top of the swing that I'm going to lose the club? I mean, it feels so light that
you want to keep it light. You want to hold it just tight enough so it doesn't fall out of your hands. That's a great question.
Really?
Really, you really want to get it down because, like I said, and you'll see this, folks, and we're going to get into some drills where you're basically not using any of your body. You're just swinging the golf club nice and freely, and you're going to be amazed at how far the ball goes. But basically, this is what you want to allow to happen. You just want a free swinging club. You want your hands to basically rotate back and forth. You know, the cocking and uncocking of the wrists if you've read golf magazines. But really, a light grip pressure will allow that to happen. An incorrect tight grip in the palms will not. I mean, you can see it hurts to do this. It really does, and it hurts to try to hit a ball.
Looks familiar.
Yeah, right. And it's painful for everybody.
Yeah. All right. That's a great lesson on grip pressure. I'm looking forward to getting out. You know, it's still snowy out here, so not a lot of chance. But we're gonna do some basement drills, right, coming up.
Oh, absolutely.
Upcoming
shows. All great stuff for the basement.
Good. All right, so let's transition now. I want to talk a little bit about kids golf. Right, so we mentioned both of our daughters. I've got two, you've got two. They're about the same age,
right?
10, 11 years old. Last year I played around with my older daughter and played with this guy and his son. And this kid was just pounding balls and into the woods. And the father couldn't have been happier. And I'm watching going, well, I mean, is he not going to coach the kid?
Right.
The kid looked happier than could be. My kid, pissed, right? Hitting balls in the woods, throwing her club.
Right.
You know, trying to give her tips, doesn't want to hear it, stomping off, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not an expert. I mean, you know, Dave and I actually coach, we coach basketball together, we coach softball together, so we're pretty familiar with coaching kids, but golf's a totally different thing. I've been warned not to try to coach my wife in anything as well. But in terms of the kids, I mean, what do we think? I mean, you know, in terms of getting out there with the kids and letting them play, you know, I'm not sure what to think.
To coach or not to coach? Is that
coach, not coach, let them just hit the balls crazy. I mean, I've read different things about it, but what's your thoughts?
Right. Well, my thought is the less the better, without a question. And I remember something I read. It was Harvey Penix. Pronounce that right? Is it Pennick? One or the other. He's gone now anyway. So he wouldn't
What's the difference?
Too upset. But the guy was a legend teacher down in Texas. It was a little red book or green book, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And when little Justin Leonard and I think maybe Davis Love, when they were kids, they played on his golf course, and he was the teacher. And I remember reading, he said, guys, I want you to take that ball, I want you to hit it over that bunker onto the green, that's it, and I'll come back later. That's it.
That's it.
He said, bottom line is let the kids figure it out. They will figure it out. The less instruction, the better.
Yeah, I think it's
a matter of getting them out there, put some clubs in their hands, give them some balls, and let them go have fun. Because we can ruin it, and I've come close. My daughters can vouch that maybe they, we're thinking about quitting the game because I was a little too intense, but I'm getting better at that.
So lay off, our tip, because I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to say okay, that's it for episode 3. I want to do a quick shout out to Frugal Golf. Those guys are great. Good post. He actually... Bob called us Wayne's World Meets Golf, which I like.
I like it.
That's excellent.
I like
that's
it.
That's excellent. And we got a bunch of new friends. So follow us on Twitter. The URL will probably be on screen if I get to editing it right. And Golf is Hard TV.
Yeah. One more thing is we're here to have fun. You're here to learn and laugh. And if you read the blog this week, I talked about something I'm passionate about: keeping my own grass very green. And I'll tell you what, if you live in the Northeast or the Midwest, you're running out of time. You got to get your fertilizer at least, you got to go buy it and get it because step 1 needs to be down. It depends where you live. Basically, late February through mid-March, you got to get step 1 down. Prevent that crabgrass. We'll talk more about it.
Excellent. Golf is Hard TV. Later.